Dispatch. May I help you?
Hi, is there like an Officer Hannity or something? I need to talk to somebody about Stephen Mako and Jean Boucher.
Okay, what officer did you say?
I don't know, he said Hannity or something, but I don't think there's anybody down there like that. Who's on duty? I mean,
I've got a Pittman, a Mark Gray.
I guess I'll talk to Mark Gray. I don't recognize it. None of them. I don't recognize it, though.
Okay, and I'm sorry, your name was?
My name is Crystal Cox.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Crystal?
Yeah?
He's on another call. Can I have a number? He'll call you right back.
Did you say there was another officer, just Mr. Pittman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll talk to him then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Deputy Gray.
Hi, Officer Gray. This is Crystal Cox.
Yes, ma'am.
I just got a phone call from a Stephen Mako.
Stephen Mako.
Yeah, he writes on my blog. I got several people that write on my blog, and he just called me and told me that he sent a nasty email to Jean Boucher, which is not appropriate. But he said he sent it to the email crystalcoxisabitch@yahoo.com, which is an email I got a death threat from a couple of weeks ago. The reason he has that email is because I forwarded it to the people on my blog, which I didn't post it on my blog, because just to get them in the know. Well, he overreacted and emailed Sean at that email. Sean didn't email him back, but he called the Eureka police and filed a report. And I guess he said a cop from there just called him in Oregon and told him that Sean was going to file charges. Are you still there?
I sure am. I'm just listening to you.
So my concern is that, I don't even think Stephen realized this, but if he checked the email, crystalcoxisabitch@yahoo.com, that's the email my death threat come from, and that proves that Jean Boucher was the one who sent me the death threat, which I've been working on with Stormy Langston, and I have my attorney. So I just wondered what I should do to kind of have my attorney subpoena that record, or how do I get...
Yes, you definitely could do that.
He said an Officer Hannity called him. I said, there's no Officer Hannity here, and he said it was from a 296 number. And he said he was that Sean had filed charges, but there's no Hannity down there, right?
There's Deputy McKinney.
McKinney?
The McKinney.
Well, maybe that's who.
I do know that Deputy McKinney was handling a report involving Boucher, you said?
Yes.
Involving him.
Right. Well, you can see my concern.
Right.
So I just kind of want to prove where that death threat came from so that I can give that to my attorneys. And Stephen just called and told me that, and I went, wait a minute, I need to call down there and get some advice. So what do you advise I do?
What I would suggest you do is hold on to what you have.
Okay.
You make copies of it, hard copy it on a backup drive or disk or something. And then since Deputy McKinney was handling that call with Mr. Boucher previously, he's back on tomorrow at 1700 hours.
Okay.
Why don't you try calling down and speaking to him, because that way you can explain to him in depth the history of the website and where the email came from and the death threat, and he can maybe shed some light on the complaint that he had as well.
And he's going to be in the office at 1700?
1700, yeah. And his name is Deputy Maury McKinney.
Okay. Do you think it would be better to try to talk to him in person or just on the phone?
That's completely up to you. Just keep in mind, tomorrow is the night of the bull thing.
Right.
So I guess if you can either call right shortly after, because give him a few minutes, because he goes in service right around that time, and then he has to drive into the office and check his box and return calls, and if there is a message from you in there, then he will call back.
Right.
But if you call right at 1700, the chances are of him standing here in the office probably won't be here.
All right, well...
But if you come down at 1700, and if you're willing to wait 5 or 10 minutes,
right,
you'll catch him when he walks in.
All right, that sounds good. Well, thank you so much.
For you?
Thank you so much for your help.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.